Hello and welcome back to Film Exaggeration. Well, today we're looking at one of cinema's most infamous movies, Plan 9 from Outer Space. Released in 1959, notorious director Edward D. Wood Jr. released his magnum opus of awfulness, Plan 9 from Outer Space. The film started production when frequent Wood collaborator Bela Lugosi wore his Dracula cape in a cemetery for Wood to get a few shots. Lugosi unfortunately died shortly after, and Wood had to basically film the entire movie around those few seconds. The film has gone down as one of the worst movies ever made, placing it number 1 in the Golden Turkey Awards book as the worst movie of all time. Everything about this movie screams incompetence. The direction, acting, production value, it's all horrible. But to be fair, it has grown a cult following because of its terribleness. Although I don't really see how anybody could like a movie unless it's 100% perfect, like, Well, let's see if Plan 9 deserves to be called one of the worst movies ever made. We open with a man named Criswell telling us about the movie we're about to see.
Greetings, my friend.
But I don't know you.
Future events such as these will affect you in the future.
Actually, that isn't always the case. I woke up feeling nauseous before I saw movie 43. That whole future events thing doesn't matter though, as he then begins telling us of a story that happened in the past, but first we get our titles. Special guest. Yeah, then why did he get top billing? And the wardrobe is by Dick Cheney? Sure, there's a political joke in there somewhere, but I'm not a political person, so just come up with one yourselves. We see the funeral for Bela Lugosi's wife as Criswell talks over, saying strange things started happening. Cut to an obviously fake cockpit.
This American Flight 812 requesting...
Oh shit, was that a UFO? Oh, no, that was just a boom mic. That's a fucking UFO, or some kind of plate on a string. And they say practical effects are always better. Two gravediggers are attacked by Lugosi's wife, who is way too young for him, and kills them by... I really don't know, I'm assuming they just died of heart attacks. We cut back to Lugosi.
The grief of his wife's death became greater and greater agony.
And I guess I'll just head over to the local brothel and fight some... Oh god! At his funeral, two of his mourners leave and the woman sees the two gravediggers. Inspector Clay, played by Tor Johnson, arrives on the scene.
Okay, Inspector, what are you going to do?
Look around that little.
The fuck did he say?
Look around that little.
Knock it around that one? Okay, so he's gonna beat the shit out of one corpse with the other corpse. Okay, Inspector, you're the boss. We see the pilot from earlier along with his wife and their schizophrenic fence as they talk about the flying saucer.
It was shaped like a huge cigar.
It was? As he complains that the army won't let him say anything, one of the saucers flies overhead and reanimates the corpse of Bela Lugosi, or rather his stunt double. Clay goes to inspect but is cornered by Lugosi and his wife. Since he has a fear of going to either his right or left, he is trapped.
Sounds like Clay's in trouble.
Quick, knock it around that one. Oh no, she killed him with her creepy stare. Cut to the funeral where Lugosi's wife is watching, and I'm just wondering, how can no one see her? She isn't even trying to hide. More people begin seeing the flying saucers as it becomes headline news. And to be fair, it's not like they're trying to be discreet. More like a Hollywood backdrop.
The army convoy moved into the field. Colonel Tom Edwards, in charge of saucer field activities, was to make the greatest decision of his career. He made that decision. Colonel Edwards gave the signal to fire.
How are you missing? Cut to the mothership, I guess, where a couple of humanoid aliens tell their commander about their report.
We contacted government officials. They refuse our existence.
And then they shot at us. They decide to execute Plan 9, which means they will resurrect the dead, which the commander reads off from the script. How unprofessional is it to just read from the script while shooting? Josh was more arrogant and forceful. After an admittedly well-done scene between the pilot and his wife, Lugosi poses in his Dracula cape before waiting a few hours till nightfall to attack the wife. Yeah, I think you were kind of delayed on that scream. The wife runs out into the cemetery and not into the streets, banging on people's doors screaming for help, and Clay's corpse is reanimated, but he seems to have trouble getting out. And as this whole scene plays out, it constantly switches from day to night. Eventually she is rescued and the zombies head to the flying saucer.
Turn off the electrodes quickly. They can't tell us from anyone else.
The electro squiggly? What else do you have in this ship? The winding mechanism that sparkles. A general tells Edwards that they have made contact with aliens and that they've used a supercomputer that somehow converts the aliens' language into English.
This is Eros, a space soldier from a planet of your galaxy. Our principal purpose is friendly. I admit we have had to take certain means which you might refer to as criminal. But that is because of your big guns which have destroyed some of our representatives. If you persist in denying us our landings, then we must only accept that you do not want us on friendly terms. We then have no alternative but to destroy you before you destroy us. With your ancient juvenile minds, you have developed explosives too fast for your minds to conceive what you are doing. You are on the verge of destroying the entire universe.
General, did you just make this up? On the mothership, the aliens show Clay to their commander, but he just ends up attacking one of the aliens because they needed some tension. The aliens come up with a plan to scare the humans into listening them.
Eros, the Earth people are getting closer to that which we fear. Since they will not listen or respect our existence, they cannot help but believe our powers when they see their own dead walking round again, brought about by our advancement and such things.
Why don't you just land in a heavily populated area and say, "We're aliens. Stop killing each other or we'll destroy you." Instead, they use Lugosi's character to attack them, but the aliens stop him with a ray. That was a legitimately creepy scene.
What do you make of that?
That's really the best thing you can say to the events that just happened. The group heads to the cemetery where the men head off, but one of the officers stays with the wife Paula. If they were just going to keep her in the car, why did they bring her along? The answer is so Clay can capture her and bring her to the flying saucer.
Do we have to kill them?
Yes.
Why? Just explain that they need to stop with nuclear weapons or else you will destroy the planet before they blow up the entire universe. There is no reason they should be killed.
You see? You see? Your stupid minds! Stupid! Stupid!
You're the ones with stupid minds. Also, if they can speak English, what was the point of the language computer? Two officers try and save Paula, but remember that guns are useless. So instead they try using a stick, which works, and a fight ensues inside the saucer, causing the equipment to catch fire and letting the humans escape as the aliens try to fly away and the saucer explodes.
You have seen this incident based on sworn testimony. Can you prove that it didn't happen?
Yeah, I can actually.
God help us in the future.
So that was Plan 9 from Outer Space. Was it the worst movie ever made? No. Oh, don't get me wrong. It's a terrible movie, but mostly because of its writing. There's plot holes everywhere, the characters are idiots, and it's unbelievably stupid and cheesy. But from a filmmaking standpoint, it's not that bad. Sure, there's some bloopers and the special effects look horrendous, but the shots are framed well, there are some good performances, and it has a nice atmosphere. And it at least knows the bare basics of filmmaking. Is it good? Not at all. But there's a reason this has a cult following. It literally is the definition of so bad it's good. If you want to check it out, it's free on YouTube. Give it a chance and have fun with it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.